Hello, wisdom seekers. Today, we're diving deep into something every single one of us yearns for, but often struggles to grasp: true happiness. It's elusive, isn't it? We chase after it, thinking we'll find it in success, relationships, or even possessions, only to discover that the more we chase, the further it seems to slip from our grasp. But what if happiness isn't something to be pursued at all? What if it's something we can cultivate from within, something that emerges as a natural byproduct of living in alignment with timeless principles? Throughout history, philosophers, sages, and great thinkers have pondered the nature of happiness, and many came to a profound realization. Happiness isn't a state to be reached, but a habit to be developed. This isn't about plastering a smile on your face or pretending everything is fine when it isn't. It's about creating a life where contentment and fulfillment flow naturally because of the way you live and the habits you cultivate. In this video, we're going to explore 10 profound habits that can transform the way you experience life. These habits aren't quick fixes or shallow motivational tricks. They're the kinds of practices that, when embedded into your daily life, can lead to a deep and unshakable sense of happiness. So settle in, wisdom seekers, because what we're about to explore may change the way you think about happiness forever. Wisdom seekers, your support means everything. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't yet, and consider using the thank you feature to make a donation. Every like, subscribe, and donation helps us continue our mission of sharing knowledge. Ready to unlock more wisdom? Let's get started. Habit 1. Embrace the power of presence. In a world overflowing with distractions, the ability to be present is a rare and precious gem. The ancient Stoics often spoke about the importance of focusing on the present moment, and their wisdom still resonates. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "Confine yourself to the present." What does this mean in practical terms? It means finding the beauty in the now, rather than constantly yearning for the future or reminiscing about the past. Most people live in a state of distraction. They scroll mindlessly on their phones, watch their lives pass by from behind a screen, and constantly think about what's next. But here's the truth, wisdom seekers. Happiness can only be found in the present moment. When you allow your mind to dwell on what has already passed or what might happen in the future, you rob yourself of the chance to experience life as it is happening. The first step in cultivating happiness is to learn how to be fully present. This doesn't mean that you ignore your responsibilities or stop planning for the future. Rather, it means that when you're drinking your morning coffee, you savor its warmth and flavor. When you're talking with a friend, you're truly listening and connecting. When you're working on a project, you're giving it your undivided attention. This kind of presence brings a richness to life that is often lost in the chaos of modern living. Developing this habit isn't easy, especially if you're used to constant stimulation. But it starts with small practices, like setting aside time each day to meditate, or simply focus on your breath. You don't need to be a Zen master. Even a few moments of mindfulness can begin to shift the way you experience the world. The more present you become, the more you'll realize that happiness was never something to be chased. It was always here, waiting for you to notice it. Remember that being present doesn't mean avoiding your emotions. When feelings of sadness or frustration arise, being present means acknowledging them without judgment, allowing yourself to experience them fully. Only through this acceptance can you process and let go of negative emotions. It's not about forcing yourself to be happy all the time, but rather experiencing life as it truly is, with all its ups and downs. The true power of presence lies in its ability to turn the mundane into something extraordinary. When you bring your full awareness to any moment, you begin to see things you previously overlooked. The way sunlight filters through the leaves, the gentle rhythm of your breath, or even the subtle taste of a familiar meal. These experiences, when noticed, add layers of depth to life. Presence allows us to connect with others more deeply and live in a way that makes even the simplest moments meaningful. Habit 2. Cultivate gratitude as a daily practice. The second habit may sound simple, but its impact is profound. Cultivate gratitude. In a society that constantly pushes us to strive for more, gratitude teaches us to appreciate what we already have. The ancient Stoics believed that happiness depended less on external circumstances and more on our perception of them. They taught that we should remind ourselves frequently of the blessings in our lives, no matter how small. Gratitude isn't just an occasional thank you or a fleeting moment of appreciation. It's a way of life. It involves consciously focusing on the positives in our lives, even when circumstances seem bleak. When you practice gratitude, you rewire your brain to notice the good instead of fixating on what's wrong. This doesn't mean ignoring problems. Rather, it means shifting your focus so that you also recognize what's going right. One way to cultivate this habit is through a daily gratitude journal. Every day, take a moment to write down a few things for which you're thankful. It could be as simple as a delicious meal, a good night's sleep, or a meaningful conversation. Over time, this practice trains your mind to seek out the positives in your day-to-day life. But gratitude is more than just an internal practice. It's also something to be expressed outwardly. Take time to thank the people who have made a difference in your life. Share with them how much you appreciate their kindness, support, or even just their presence. This doesn't only boost your own happiness, but also strengthens your relationships, creating a ripple effect of positivity. In times of hardship, gratitude becomes even more essential. It acts as a counterbalance to adversity, reminding you of the good that still exists despite the challenges you face. Even during dark times, finding one thing, no matter how small, to be grateful for can shift your perspective. It's not about denying the struggle, but recognizing that within every situation, there's always something valuable to learn or appreciate. To integrate gratitude deeply into your life, reflect on the Stoic practice of negative visualization. This involves imagining life without the things you cherish, like your loved ones, health, or simple comforts. By envisioning their absence, you develop a renewed appreciation for what you currently have. Gratitude, therefore, becomes a powerful antidote to the constant desire for more, allowing you to find contentment right where you are. Gratitude transforms ordinary experiences into sources of joy. It turns what we have into enough, and it helps us to remember that happiness is not about acquiring more, but about appreciating what we already possess. When you start to see everything as a gift, life itself becomes a continual source of wonder. Habit 3. Pursue meaning, not pleasure. In our pursuit of happiness, we often mistake pleasure for fulfillment. The problem with pleasure is that it's fleeting. It's a quick hit, a momentary escape, and as soon as it fades, we're left craving more. The Stoics and other ancient philosophers argued that real happiness, eudaimonia, is found in living a life of purpose, not in the endless pursuit of pleasure. Meaning comes from doing what is right and what is valuable, rather than what is simply enjoyable. This may involve challenging work, sacrifices, and discomfort, but the rewards are far more lasting than those gained through short-lived pleasures. When you pursue something meaningful, whether it's a passion, a cause, or a relationship, you invest in something that enriches your life deeply. Pleasure is not inherently bad, but when it becomes the sole focus of life, it leads to emptiness. Think of it as the difference between indulging in junk food versus nourishing your body with a wholesome meal. The former gives you instant gratification, but leaves you unsatisfied, while the latter sustains and fulfills you on a deeper level. Consider reflecting on what gives your life meaning. What values do you hold dear? What pursuits align with these values? These are the things worth dedicating yourself to, even if they don't provide instant pleasure. For instance, committing to personal growth may involve moments of discomfort, but the long-term benefits far outweigh the temporary unease. Philosophers like Viktor Frankl, who survived the horrors of the Holocaust, found that those who endured even the most unbearable conditions were often those who had a sense of purpose. He stated that suffering ceases to be suffering at the moment it finds a meaning. This profound insight suggests that meaning can transform even the hardest of experiences into opportunities for growth and fulfillment. The pursuit of meaning shapes your character and guides your actions. It helps you build a life where happiness arises not from what you take from the world, but from what you contribute to it. By orienting your life toward meaning rather than pleasure, you'll find a more resilient form of happiness, one that endures through life's inevitable ups and downs. To fully adopt this habit, Take the time to reflect on the legacy you wish to leave behind. What kind of life do you want to look back on? When your actions align with a higher purpose, every task, even the mundane, becomes infused with a sense of significance. This, wisdom seekers, is where happiness that truly lasts is found. Habit 4. Practice self-discipline as the path to freedom. Self-discipline might not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of happiness, but it's essential if you want to experience a fulfilling life. The ancient Stoics believed that freedom comes not from the absence of rules but from mastering oneself. They saw self-discipline as a pathway to true freedom, a freedom that comes from being in control of your desires, impulses, and habits, rather than being a slave to them. When you practice self-discipline, you cultivate the ability to choose long-term well-being over short-term gratification. This doesn't mean denying yourself pleasure, but rather regulating it in a way that it doesn't control you. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, wisely advised, "No man is free who is not master of himself." What this suggests is that true happiness doesn't come from indulging every whim, but from having the strength to say no when needed. Developing self-discipline allows you to prioritize what's truly important in your life. It helps you avoid distractions, stay focused on your goals, and push through discomfort to achieve what you set out to do. In this way, self-discipline isn't about restricting your life, but expanding it by giving you the power to shape it according to your values. When you practice self-discipline, you choose the kind of person you want to become, rather than allowing life to dictate your character. The path to self-discipline isn't about sheer willpower or constant struggle. Instead, it starts with small, consistent habits. It might involve waking up at the same time every day, setting aside time for focused work, or limiting your screen time to reduce distractions. These small acts build the foundation for greater self-control in other areas of your life. Over time, as you strengthen your self-discipline, you'll notice that you can face challenges more calmly, make decisions with greater clarity, and act with more integrity. Self-discipline also creates a sense of accomplishment that directly contributes to happiness. When you push through resistance and complete a difficult task, you experience a sense of satisfaction that indulgence alone can never provide. This feeling of achievement reinforces your belief in your abilities, further motivating you to pursue bigger goals and live in accordance with your values. Aristotle spoke of the golden mean, which is the balance between excess and deficiency. Practicing self-discipline helps you find this balance. It allows you to enjoy life's pleasures in moderation while avoiding the extremes of overindulgence and asceticism. It teaches you to appreciate the simple things, find joy in small accomplishments, and understand that true happiness lies in moderation, not in excess. The freedom that self-discipline provides goes beyond mere control over habits. It grants you the ability to respond thoughtfully to life's challenges rather than react impulsively. When life throws obstacles in your path, self-discipline keeps you grounded, allowing you to maintain your composure and act in ways that align with your principles. Wisdom seekers think of self-discipline not as a rigid set of rules, but as a form of self-respect. When you practice it, you show yourself that your goals, values, and well-being matter. You prioritize the kind of life you truly want over the fleeting impulses of the moment. This is how self-discipline becomes a crucial habit on the journey to genuine happiness. Habit 5. Cultivate connections that enrich your life. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and the quality of your relationships greatly impacts your overall happiness. The Stoics understood the value of companionship, with Seneca noting that we are waves of the same sea, leaves of the same tree, flowers of the same garden. These metaphors illustrate that our happiness is intertwined with the connections we make. To be truly happy, one must cultivate relationships that are meaningful, supportive, and authentic. Having the right people in your life provides a strong foundation for happiness. It's not about the number of friends you have, but the depth and quality of those friendships. When you surround yourself with people who uplift you, encourage your growth, and share in your journey, you create a network of support that helps you weather life's storms. True friends don't merely entertain you, they challenge you to become a better person, providing both comfort and honest feedback when needed. To cultivate this habit, Be intentional about the relationships you nurture. Identify the people who inspire you, share your values, or bring out the best in you, and invest time and effort in deepening those connections. This may mean reaching out more frequently, being more present in conversations, or simply showing up when it matters most. The quality of your connections grows from the investment you make in them. It's also crucial to surround yourself with people who understand the value of reciprocity. Meaningful relationships are a two-way street, where both individuals give and receive. Practicing kindness, empathy, and understanding not only enriches the lives of others, but also adds to your own happiness. The joy you create in those around you inevitably reflects back into your own life. In our digital age, real connection can feel harder to come by, with many interactions happening online rather than face-to-face. While technology can help maintain long-distance relationships, it's important to prioritize physical, in-person connections whenever possible. There's a depth of understanding and a richness to human interaction that screens simply can't replicate. Take the time to share meals, enjoy meaningful conversations, and experience life's moments together. Don't forget that cultivating connections isn't limited to your relationships with others. It also includes the connection you have with yourself. To truly connect with others in a meaningful way, you must first understand and accept who you are. This self-connection forms the basis for empathy and compassion, allowing you to be more present in your relationships. While it's important to nurture supportive relationships, it's equally essential to recognize toxic connections that drain your energy or undermine your happiness. Sometimes, the best decision for your well-being is to distance yourself from people who perpetuate negativity or hinder your growth. This isn't about cutting off everyone who disagrees with you, but about setting healthy boundaries that protect your peace of mind. Lastly, seek to practice sympathia, a Stoic concept which means recognizing your shared humanity with all people. When you see the commonalities between yourself and others, you begin to develop a deeper sense of compassion, empathy, and connection. This mindset expands your circle of concern and strengthens the bond between you and the world around you, contributing to a sense of belonging and happiness. Habit 6. Seek growth over comfort. It's human nature to seek comfort, to take the path of least resistance. But if happiness is your goal, it's essential to adopt the mindset that growth lies outside of your comfort zone. The ancient philosophers, including the Stoics, believed that the pursuit of comfort often leads to stagnation, while the pursuit of growth, despite its challenges, brings about a deeper sense of fulfillment. Growth requires stepping into the unknown, facing fears, and embracing the discomfort that comes with trying something new. The Stoics spoke of voluntary discomfort as a practice to build resilience and appreciate the luxuries we often take for granted. It's not about self-punishment, but about learning to adapt to adversity and grow stronger because of it. When you willingly seek out challenges and push beyond your limits, you discover aspects of yourself that would otherwise remain dormant. You develop resilience, grit, and confidence, qualities that are indispensable for happiness. Achieving something difficult is inherently satisfying because it represents growth, accomplishment, and progress. Each step forward, no matter how small, contributes to a greater sense of purpose and self-worth. To cultivate this habit, begin by identifying areas in your life where you've become too comfortable. It could be in your career, physical health, relationships, or even your daily routines. Challenge yourself to take risks, learn new skills, or set higher goals that force you to stretch beyond your current capabilities. Remember, it's not about achieving perfection. It's about embracing the process of becoming a better version of yourself. In times when growth feels overwhelming, remind yourself that discomfort is temporary, but the rewards of growth are lasting. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to refine your character, build strength, and develop a deeper understanding of your potential. It's through this pursuit of growth that you gain the experiences necessary to live a life that is rich and meaningful. Seneca once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Embrace this perspective, for it's in adversity that you find the seeds of transformation. The happiness that comes from growth is profound because it's earned. It's not handed to you. It's the result of your efforts, struggles, and perseverance. Habit 7. Practice acceptance and letting go. Acceptance is often misunderstood as passive resignation or indifference, but it's actually one of the most powerful tools for achieving inner peace and, ultimately, happiness. The Stoics were masters of acceptance, emphasizing the need to recognize what is within our control and what is not. Epictetus famously said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." This wisdom teaches us that much of our suffering comes not from events themselves, but from our resistance to them. Learning to accept life as it is, without trying to force it into your idea of how it should be, liberates you from unnecessary stress and anxiety. It doesn't mean that you passively accept injustice or abandon your ambitions, but rather that you accept the reality of your current situation and respond accordingly. When you let go of the need to control everything, you find peace in the present moment. Acceptance is not about giving up. It's about letting go of the futile struggle against reality. To practice acceptance, begin by identifying the aspects of life that you can and cannot change. You cannot change the weather, the past, or the opinions of others, but you can change your attitude, your efforts, and your response to events. Focus your energy on what you can influence and let go of the rest. This shift in focus not only reduces frustration, but also empowers you to make the most of your situation. The art of letting go is especially important when it comes to past experiences. Many people hold on to past hurts, regrets, or disappointments, which only serves to weigh them down in the present. To move forward, you must forgive not just others, but also yourself. This doesn't mean excusing mistakes or harmful behaviors. It means releasing the emotional grip they have over you. When you let go of the past, you free yourself to experience the present fully and create a better future. Acceptance also applies to the inevitable changes and losses in life. The Stoics spoke often of amor fati, or the love of fate, which means embracing whatever happens as part of your journey. Instead of wishing for things to be different, learn to appreciate the experiences life brings you, even the difficult ones, for they shape your character and teach you valuable lessons. When you approach life with an attitude of acceptance, even setbacks can become opportunities for growth. It's crucial to differentiate acceptance from apathy. Acceptance is an active choice to embrace reality and respond to it in the best way possible. Apathy, on the other hand, is a disengagement from life. When you practice acceptance, you remain fully engaged, but without the emotional turmoil that comes from resisting the unchangeable. To make acceptance a daily habit, start with simple practices, such as observing your thoughts without judgment or practicing meditation. These activities train your mind to acknowledge things as they are, without immediately reacting to them. With time, you'll find that acceptance brings a sense of calmness and clarity that allows for wiser decision-making and deeper contentment. The beauty of acceptance lies in its ability to unlock the peace that is already within you. By letting go of resistance, you make space for happiness to naturally arise. It's not about denying your emotions or pretending everything is perfect. It's about facing life as it is and finding the courage to move forward despite the uncertainties. Habit 8. Prioritize health and physical well-being. It's often said that health is wealth, and for good reason. Your physical well-being forms the foundation upon which all other aspects of happiness are built. The Stoics, although known for their focus on mental resilience, also emphasize the importance of taking care of the body. After all, it is through the body that we experience life, pursue our goals, and find joy in the world. A healthy body supports a healthy mind. When you neglect your physical well-being, it's not just your body that suffers. Your mental and emotional states are also affected. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and sufficient sleep are not just physical requirements. They are essential for mental clarity, emotional stability, and overall happiness. Taking care of your body is not an act of vanity, but an act of self-respect. Exercise, in particular, is a powerful habit for boosting happiness. The release of endorphins, the feel-good hormones, during physical activity has a direct impact on mood and stress levels. Engaging in regular exercise doesn't mean you have to become a gym enthusiast or a marathon runner. It can be as simple as taking daily walks, practicing yoga, or participating in sports that you enjoy. The key is consistency and finding activities that keep you moving. Nutrition is equally important in supporting your happiness. The food you consume affects your energy levels, brain function, and mood. A diet rich in whole foods, such as fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats, provides your body with the nutrients it needs to function optimally. On the other hand, processed foods, excessive sugar, and unhealthy fats can contribute to fatigue, irritability, and even mental health issues. Eating mindfully and making conscious food choices can significantly enhance your well-being. Sleep, often overlooked, is the third pillar of physical health that directly affects happiness. Poor sleep quality or insufficient rest not only affects your energy levels, but also impairs cognitive functions and emotional regulation. The ancient philosophers recognized the importance of rest in achieving a balanced life. Make it a priority to establish a regular sleep routine that allows your body to recover and rejuvenate. This simple habit can profoundly improve your mood and resilience in the face of challenges. Taking care of your health also involves listening to your body. Pay attention to signals such as fatigue, pain, or stress, and take action to address them. This may mean taking breaks, seeking medical advice, or simply adjusting your lifestyle habits. When you respect your body's needs, you create a solid foundation for happiness to thrive. Remember that health is not about extremes, it's about balance. It's not about following the latest diet trend or pushing your body to its limits. It's about finding a sustainable lifestyle that supports your physical and mental well-being. When you prioritize your health, you equip yourself with the strength and energy to pursue your passions, face life's obstacles, and enjoy its pleasures to the fullest. Wisdom seekers, if you view your body as a temple that houses your spirit, taking care of it becomes an act of reverence. It's not just about living longer, but about living better. The more attention you give to your physical health, the more capable you become of experiencing true happiness. Habit 9. Develop a sense of purpose. A sense of purpose is the thread that ties all aspects of a fulfilling life together. It is the driving force that compels you to wake up every morning with motivation and optimism. The ancient Stoics spoke frequently about living according to nature, which meant living in a way that aligns with your true purpose and values. When your actions are guided by a clear sense of purpose, life takes on a deeper meaning, and happiness follows naturally. Purpose is not necessarily about finding a grand mission or dedicating your life to a single cause. It's about discovering what brings meaning to your life and pursuing it with passion and dedication. For some, purpose may be found in a career. For others, it may lie in relationships, personal growth, or service to others. Whatever form it takes, the key is to live intentionally and align your daily actions with what truly matters to you. When you live without purpose, you may find yourself drifting, feeling unsatisfied, or lacking motivation. Purpose provides a sense of direction and gives your efforts a sense of significance. It motivates you to overcome challenges because you understand that your actions are part of a greater journey. This deeper sense of meaning acts as a buffer against setbacks and hardships, as you know that what you're working toward is worthwhile. To cultivate this habit, begin by reflecting on your values, strengths, and passions. Ask yourself what you want to contribute to the world and how you can make a positive impact. This doesn't mean you need to have all the answers right away, but start taking steps toward activities that resonate with you. Explore new interests, volunteer, or take up a new hobby. Sometimes purpose is discovered through action rather than introspection. Developing a sense of purpose also involves setting goals that are meaningful to you. These goals act as milestones on your path, providing a sense of accomplishment as you work toward them. When your goals align with your values and purpose, they become more than just tasks to complete. They become expressions of who you are and what you stand for. It's important to remember that your sense of purpose can evolve over time. What feels meaningful to you in one phase of life may change as you grow and experience new things. Be open to redefining your purpose as needed, and don't be afraid to pursue new directions. The search for purpose is not a one-time event, but a lifelong journey. The ancient philosopher Aristotle believed that happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Purpose gives life its richness and ensures that your happiness is not based solely on fleeting pleasures, but on a sense of fulfillment and contentment. Habit 10. Practice compassion and kindness. The final habit on this journey toward happiness is one that reaches beyond the self. Practicing compassion and kindness. True happiness is not found solely in the pursuit of one's own well-being, but in the connections we make and the kindness we extend to others. The Stoics understood that we are all interconnected, and that our actions affect not just ourselves, but the entire fabric of humanity. Compassion and kindness are often considered selfless acts, but their effects extend deeply into our own sense of happiness. When you practice kindness, you create a positive impact not just on those around you, but within yourself as well. Acts of kindness release oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone, which enhances your mood, reduces stress, and fosters a sense of connection. This is why even small acts of kindness, such as offering a compliment or helping someone in need, can have profound effects on your overall well-being. Compassion goes a step further, as it involves understanding and empathizing with the suffering of others. It means looking beyond your own experiences and considering the experiences of those around you. By practicing compassion, you recognize the shared struggles of humanity and open yourself up to deeper connections. The Stoics believed that by recognizing our shared humanity, we could develop a sense of oikeiosis, a feeling of belonging or kinship with others. This sense of connectedness is a key component of lasting happiness, as it aligns with our natural inclinations to care for one another. Kindness also involves practicing self-compassion, an area often overlooked in the pursuit of happiness. Being kind to yourself means treating yourself with the same understanding and forgiveness you would offer a close friend. It involves acknowledging your flaws and mistakes without harsh judgment and giving yourself permission to be imperfect. When you practice self-compassion, you create an internal environment that nurtures growth, resilience, and ultimately, happiness. To cultivate compassion and kindness, start by making it a daily habit to perform small acts of kindness. It could be as simple as holding the door open for someone, expressing gratitude, or actively listening when someone speaks. These acts may seem small, but their cumulative impact is significant. The more you practice kindness, the more it becomes a natural part of who you are. Practicing kindness also means extending your compassion to people with whom you may disagree or have conflicts. This does not mean accepting harmful behavior, but rather understanding that everyone is fighting their own battles. When you approach others with compassion, you break down barriers and create a more harmonious world for yourself and others. The habit of kindness is not about neglecting your own needs in favor of others, but about understanding that by helping others, you also help yourself. The Dalai Lama once said, "If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion." This principle echoes throughout many philosophical teachings, emphasizing that the path to true happiness is found in the service and kindness you extend to others. By practicing these 10 habits, you cultivate a life of fulfillment, resilience, and joy. Each habit reinforces the others, creating a strong foundation for happiness that stands the test of time. Happiness, as the ancient philosophers would agree, is not a destination but a journey of continuous self-improvement, connection, and understanding. Wisdom seekers, as you continue to seek growth and wisdom, remember that the pursuit of happiness is not found in the attainment of external goals alone, but in the cultivation of your inner world. Happiness is not given. It is earned through the choices you make every day, the habits you form, and the mindset you embrace. Embrace these 10 habits, not as rigid rules, but as guiding principles that will help you navigate life's ups and downs with grace, courage, and contentment. When you commit to the lifelong practice of these habits, you will find that happiness is not something to chase, but something to experience here and now.